Hi everyone. In this video we're going to make a little Christmas monkey ornament. If you leave the hook out, you can make him also as a pin. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I'm recording this on April 15th, 2020. I did make the video a few years ago. Here are the colors you will need. I've had a few days where I haven't been feeling well, but I'm not quite back to where I should be, but that's just my life, I guess. All right, we're going to start with a brown tapered log, and this is going to be his head. And I want you to make it look like if it's a body, it would have a big belly. I'll show it to you from the side. You see? Going to take a sip of coffee. Now we're going to make his hat, and you all know this is how we make hats. And this is going to be his scarf. And for those of you who, if this is your first video, like I always say, take a white rope, a red rope, squeeze them together and twist, and that's how you get the candy cane. But we're making this a scarf. And now you didn't see me wash my hands here, but if you have red on your hands, always wash your hands after red or any dark color. You can see on your hands what is on your hands. If there's a lot on your hands, just go ahead and wash it. And before you do white, it's always good to wash your hands. Do the little ball of the cap. And if you personalize, the brim is where you put the name, and the oh, excuse me. The ball of the cap is where you put the year. Yeah, I've been having a rough few days, but I'm all right. Make the little green teardrops. I always like to put on those holly leaves and berries. And the little berry. Now these are going to be his little ears. Just put them on right under the hat. And then I have some Super Sculpey Beige, which I use for the rest of his face. We're going to put some in the ears. Make just little balls. Or a little teardrop shape, whatever. Now this was an ornament I made I think I first made it about 10 years ago. Maybe a little longer ago. probably around the time that my son started working with monkeys. Um, so this is not one that I've had for over 40 years. And it was a good seller, especially as a pin. People liked it as a pin. But of course, I haven't done shows in a long time, so don't take my word for everything. Because times change, people's tastes change. Now I'm making a heart. You can cut out a heart, but for this, I think just do the two teardrop shapes, flatten them, put them together, make a heart, and just put it on his face. And then we're just going to make a little fat log of beige, and that's going to be for his mouth. And we're going to blend it in. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I have a condition called orthostatic hypotension. I had to wear a heart monitor for a month. I went through all that stuff. And basically, what happens is that when I stand up, my blood pressure drops. And when my blood pressure drops, I get dizzy and faint. And I think I've talked about this. I almost fainted a few times in Walmart. So I can't really go to the store because I can't stand up for too long. I can't take walks anymore with the dogs. All right, so now I poked in 2 holes for the eyes. And we're going to make some round white balls for the eyes. And sometimes I just have really bad days with it where I'm just dizzy all the time. And that's the last few days, that's what's been happening to me. And I have to use a cane when I walk, and it's not because something's wrong with my legs, it's just for balance. So if I feel myself going down, I can break the fall. Now we're going to put little black balls on for the eyes. You can also paint those on after he's baked. I like to do it with the clay. And sometimes I like to do it with the paint, but whichever you prefer. Now we're going to make a little nose. Yes, I did make his nose a little too big, but looking at it now, it really isn't too bad. But I do correct it later because I didn't like it look too big. And I'm going to put some eyebrows over him, over his eyes. But you don't have to do that because it looks perfectly fine the way it is. So if you can save yourself a step, if you're doing production work, save yourself that step. Just not happy with that nose. Oh my. I hope you're all doing well. We're doing okay here. Our county has not been hit too hard, luckily. But of course, we also have not been going out. I know there's lots of people going out. They're not doing what they're supposed to. But we are staying, well, I'm staying in. I haven't been in a store in over a month. But of course, I'm in that old category. And when you hear me cough, it's still because of that darn pollen. Now you can paint on the mouth or you can do it with the needle tool. Either way is fine. And I haven't had a chance to answer a lot of comments. I'm going to try to do that maybe later today, but I just haven't been feeling up to doing much of anything, so I've been kind of resting. Going to put some blush in his ears, a little blush on his cheeks. And as I'm looking at this, I'm just wondering, why on earth did I change his nose? Nothing wrong with that nose. And I should have put the hook in right after I did the hat. Because I always tell you, put the hook in so that you don't squish up the details that you put on. So I did not follow my own advice here. And I do make a full-size monkey, which we'll do in a future video. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with his nose. So he has a big nose. Some have big noses, some have small noses, just like people. And there I go, messing it all up. But you know, this shows you that you can fix something if you don't like it. And I'm sorry, I'm not too talkative. I'm still, still a little on the woozy dizzy side. As long as I don't move around too much, I'm usually okay. But it's just tough when you've been active all your life and all of a sudden you get up and you can't walk, take a walk, or do all the things you wanted to do, physically because you get dizzy. And I'm supposed to wear those, what are those, compression stockings. And I just hate them. I'll be honest with you, I hate them. But if you got to wear them, you got to wear them. And they don't really help all that much anyway, but oh well. All right, let's put this guy's nose on. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. Let's give him a little bit smaller nose. Yeah, he probably looks better with the smaller nose, but he looked okay with the big nose too. I have what's considered a big nose. It's not an awful nose, but it's not a tiny nose. And also for the our Facebook group members, I'm really enjoying all of your pictures that you're posting of the things you've made. I really enjoy seeing them, and you're all doing so well. Very proud of all of you. And if anyone's out there who wants to join the Facebook group, there he is. There's our little monkey head. Oh, and I forgot to say, blush before you bake and follow the directions on your package of clay to bake it. Now, there's not too much to paint on this one unless you want to put polka dots on his hat. You know, there you go. See, polka dots. I love polka dots. And that was pretty quick and easy, wasn't it? And I'll see you next time. And I hope to get another one up in a few days. So thank you. Remember, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.